When it comes to delivering flowers for life's special occasions, trust the name that's been setting the standard for nearly 50 years. 1-800-Flowers.com. From breathtaking bouquets to one-of-a-kind arrangements, 1-800-Flowers is your authority on quality blooms. Always fresh, always stunning, always delivered with care. And right now, for a limited time, you can save up to 40% off your bouquet and make someone's day. Save up to 40% off today at 1-800-Flowers.com/WWO. That's 1-800-Flowers.com/WWO.
Just in, thousands of winter arrivals at your Nordstrom Rack store. Save up to 70% on coats, slippers, and cashmere from Kate Spade, New York, Vince, UGG, Levi's, and more.
Check out these boots.
They've got the best gifts.
My holiday shopping hack? Join the Nordy Club.
Get an extra 5% off every Rack purchase with your Nordstrom credit card. Plus, buy it online and pick it up in store the same day for free. Big gifts, big perks. That's why you Rack.
DSW, birthplace of the humble brag. Here, the shoes are so good, no one would ever know how little you paid. If you didn't go telling everyone, that is. And with never-ending options for every style, mood, and occasion, all at really great prices. We'll definitely give you something to brag about. So go ahead, stock up on fresh sneakers from your favorite brands. Or try those boots you always secretly knew you could pull off. Find the shoes that get you at prices that get your budget at DSW stores or DSW.com.
Looking for these better days.
It is Thursday, November 13th. I'm Scott Seidenberg. Here's what you need to know to make today a better day. Mackenzie's NBA model was unveiled yesterday. We'll go over some of the games that we had on the NBA model picks up on betterday.com. We have a new starting quarterback in New York, and I am absolutely thrilled. Plus, Thursday Night Football will kick off week number 11 of the NFL season tonight. We will cook up a same-game parlay. Mackenzie Rivers is with me here on this episode of Better Day, presented by FanDuel. And Mac, let's just start with your NBA model, which we unveiled to the public yesterday up on betterday.com. It was emailed to Better Day subscribers, and the results, pretty interesting. A lot of positive results, some negative. We're not going to shy away from that. But for the most part, it was a mostly positive winning night had you played the model plays. However, as you explained in the article, the model is not designed for you to blindly tail and just blindly bet those games. So explain to the audience that might be listening to the pod, that hasn't read the article, didn't go on the website and see the model picks. Explain your model and how you use it to make your NBA bets.
Well, I started with a big spreadsheet with every stat I could think of and every game over the last 4 years, since 2022, entering this year, and I started pulling apart when you account for margin, because every stat's going to correlate to doing well. You want more steals, you want more threes, you want more rebounds, but if you correlate it to margin, if you say, given that they win by 10, what stats make them more likely to win next game or beat the spread next game? And I isolated a few in my proprietary concoction, and it was really successful looking backwards. It's been pretty successful looking forwards this year. It entered the day 34-27, and somehow I talked myself off of the Celtics, even though I told you guys to bet it yesterday. I hope you did. But still, overall, generally successful, and it's identifying teams that might have had a run of bad luck or are starting to get going. Recent performance has really been a great leading indicator for which teams are really separating themselves from our preseason priors and power ratings.
Yeah, some of the highlights in the model, as you mentioned, the Celtics were a runaway victory. That was the first game that you put up there that had a strong value on Boston Celtics. You also identified that Charlotte had a value in that game against the Bucks. Now, I know Giannis didn't play. That's obviously going to change things, but you identified value in the Hornets here. The Hornets win against the Bucks 111 to 100 last night. So the one that didn't go our way was the Knicks game against the Magic, as the Knicks had their home winning streak snapped. But that's going to happen. Yeah. It's going to happen over the course of a season for sure.
I misread the tea leaves there because, my numbers would suggest it again tomorrow if that was the matchup. But the Magic really had been struggling, and I think they needed it more. And the Knicks, all the ESPN headline, like what's going right with the Knicks, is never a good sign for your bet.
Yeah.
Could have talked me off of it, understanding that. But, next time.
Listen, if that was the only loss, it's fine. And then Dallas, I think you almost throw that one out because Anthony Davis was ruled out.
Right.
Speaking of Anthony Davis, did you see that report that he's not going to play until the owner the Mavs owner says it's okay for him to play? What the hell's going on here?
It's very high school-esque. Not to make it about myself, but everybody used to copy their physicals because you didn't want to go all the way to doctor to start high school. Well, I wasn't the best with a copier back then. It was kind of sloppy, so I had to go and be suspended for 5 games, and then I had to go and take my actual physical and go to Miss Simbulan, the PE president or whatever, and go to her office directly and say, hey, I got a physical. This is amateurish. They have doctors. They have a staff. The owner needs to look at the paperwork himself before Anthony Davis, a guy getting paid $50 million a year to go ahead and play. This screams of wanting to feel like you're in control, wanting to broadcast that you have the situation handled, but it screams to me amateurish.
Yeah, that's just what a bizarre situation. Just everything going on there with Dallas is absolutely bizarre right now with Nico being fired and whatnot. The other injury news that came out yesterday was Bradley Beal, a fractured left hip. He's going to undergo season-ending surgery. How big of a blow is this to the Clippers?
It's honestly probably a positive at this moment in time as far as how he was playing terrible. He was shooting 30% and he couldn't move on either side of the ball. But it's kind of piling on an offseason that didn't work at all. John Collins in the modern NBA is not as good as Norman Powell. Brook Lopez does not seem like a good signing. It seems like all their maneuvers got older and slower, and Bradley Beal being the one guard they got, and he can't play at all, kind of just puts a finer point on that. The Clippers, the most downgraded team in the NBA. I thought they were championship contenders. I think they'll struggle to make the playoffs.
All right. Well, that's just some injury news. Back to the model, though, Mackenzie. Spot on with Cleveland as they handled the Miami Heat, 130 to 116 last night. So, yeah, fun. It's just this is great, and maybe it's not an everyday thing that we'll have on the website, but this is going to be something for the big, the Wednesday nights when there's massive amounts of NBA games or the big marquee games that come up. It's going to be a fun little tool for Better Day subscribers.
Would have been a fun round robin on Wednesday. I think
it would have. Yeah, wow.
It
would have been a fun round robin. Yeah, it would have been a fun round robin. Let's take a look at the schedule. Just a short schedule for tonight, Mackenzie. Raptors at the Cavs, the Pacers at the Suns, and the Hawks at the Jazz. So obviously you have a couple of these teams that are playing on the second of a back-to-back. Currently up on FanDuel right now, you have the Suns as 5-point favorites at home against the Pacers. You have the Cavs 7-point favorites at home against the Raptors, and the Hawks 1.5-point road favorites at the Jazz.
I still think the Suns' shooting is a little bit unsustainable, even as they handled the Mavericks, so I'll be looking there. I'll be interested what the numbers spit out there. But the game I'm more interested from a handicapping perspective, not necessarily this game, I don't have a strong opinion, but going forward, the Jazz put up 156 in an NBA game versus the Pacers this week. I don't know how they did it. They might have somewhat of a genius coach in Brady. And the Hawks have been playing much better without Trae Young, which is a real anomaly. If you look at their offense over the last 4 years, they've fallen apart. Not so this year. And that's what has people interested in if they should kind of move direction with Quinn Snyder as coach with a new point guard and their young, more versatile defensive team behind Trae Young. More wins without Trae Young will definitely start that drumbeat even louder.
Yeah, for sure. That's going to be one to monitor as we move forward. Shout out for someone tweeted at me last night, and let me give credit. I'll pull up my Twitter account, but they used the NHL database up on betterday.com to come up with a bet last night on the Rangers and Tampa Bay. Yeah, Scott tweeted at me that he hit Tampa Bay, New York first period, and he used the database to come up with that. It was 4-3 at the end of the first period, Mackenzie. It wound up being a 7-3 Rangers win over the Lightning. Oh, you know what? I didn't even think about this. I'm sorry. I have to go back to the NBA for a second. This is live radio, people. As I'm checking my Twitter, I also got a tweet last night from Greenbelt who acknowledged the new system, Mackenzie.
Love it.
The new system, which is it's the old system.
Right.
Celtics opponents' team totals under after the loss. The Grizzlies scored 95 points last night. This was the system under. That's now 6-1 after a loss this season, Celtics opponents team total going under.
Started with Ime Udoka. It's continued with Joe Mazzulla. This team sharpens up, and with no John Morant, they were. Man, I'm so mad at myself for not giving that out.
I'm mad at myself. I'm mad at myself. We typed it up in the newsletter.
We talked about it.
Typed it up in the newsletter.
Honestly, the NFL is going on right now. I'm doing whatever I got to do for the NFL. We're gonna lock in. We're gonna get all these plays. We're gonna make.
I agree. Listen. I had the BetUS TV college football show yesterday. I'm cooking up the stuff for the the Trench Report was out. I'm doing everything with the same game parlay for Thursday Night Football. Still building out all the new features that we have going up on BetterDay.com. I can't believe it. We typed it up in the newsletter last night. We emailed it. Well, not last night. Emailed it, and then, oh my goodness, Celtics opponent team total after a loss. That is
banger.
You want to talk about betting FOMO? That is betting FOMO at its finest.
Right.
My goodness. But congrats to all those who listened to us on the pod or just read the newsletter yesterday morning and were like, bang, we got it.
Now 6-1 on the season after an incredible year last year, the system.
Yes. This was one of our favorite bets last year. All right, let's take a look at some hockey games on the schedule for tonight. We got a good one here in Toronto. The Kings are at the Maple Leafs, and the Kings are actually a short road favorite. You have to monitor the goaltending situation here for Toronto because it's been bad as of late. So monitor the goaltending situation there. Elsewhere on the schedule for tonight, the Ducks, who have been an over machine, one of the best first period over teams in hockey, cashed that the other night. They will be in Detroit to take on the Red Wings. Detroit, a -125 favorite up on FanDuel right now. And then the Islanders here in Vegas to take on our Golden Knights. VGK, a -190 favorite. So let's maybe that is another database play. So definitely take a look at the NHL database up on BetterDay.com. See if there's any good first period plays that you might want to look at here. I can tell you right now, I was looking at the both teams to score record. I thought that was kind of interesting, right? Both teams to score in the first period. And if you look at the best teams, it's like San Jose, Boston, Colorado. The worst teams, Washington, the Kings, Dallas, New Jersey. It doesn't mean that they're bad in the first period. It means that they're only one of the teams is scoring there in the first period. So I do think that's interesting. Washington is just an under team in the first period, though. And as far as the overs in the first period, Toronto, Ottawa, Anaheim, Boston, these are the best teams. Again, all sortable for you, all interactive. Go to BetterDay.com if you are a subscriber and click on the NHL database, first period database. Find out all the information you need for your bets. All right, Mackenzie, let's talk some NFL because Week 11 gets kicked off here on Thursday night.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Before we get into Thursday night football, which will kick off Week 11 tonight with the New York Jets at the New England Patriots, let's talk about the best NFL news that came out yesterday, Mac. Jameis Winston will start at quarterback for the New York Football Giants this coming Sunday.
Hallelujah.
I am thrilled. Did you watch his his locker room scrum yesterday where he's singing Hamilton to the reporters? This guy is a national treasure. He is my favorite player in the NFL. The Giants have to win this game. They have to win this game. I need a Jameis Winston post-game press conference. I need it, Mackenzie. I need to see him talk about how they were eating W's and they were so blessed and it's a good day to have a good day because, when football is being played by football players on a football field, there's just nothing more beautiful than that. I need Jameis Winston quotes in my life, man.
Of all the backups that we have to deal with every year, Jameis Winston is the ideal backup. Not the ideal NFL quarterback. You'd like a Patrick Mahomes or a Josh Allen for that. But as far as a backup, 61% overs since 2019. Lots of points, lots of interceptions, lots of red zone highlights. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be.
So what
fun.
you're saying is we like the over.
I do.
Which is at 43.5 right now between the Giants and the Packers up on FanDuel.
I like it because of Jameis Winston. I like it because of the fired coach theory. When an offensive coordinator or an offensive assistant takes over for a head coach after he was fired, 15 overs, only 5 unders since 2000. So a very long time frame, a large sample size. Overs generally the way to go. Makes sense. It's a substitute teacher effect. They're going to be thinking about having fun, creating new ideas, all that stuff. Yeah, I love the over here.
That's great. That's great. Let's talk about Thursday Night Football tonight. The Patriots, who will be without running back Ramondre Stevenson for the third straight game as he has been ruled out. Also being ruled out is wide receiver Kayshon Boutte, as well as Christian Ellis, starting linebacker, and tight end Austin Hooper, all going to miss this game for the New England Patriots. For the New York Jets, they will be without Garrett Wilson. The wide receiver suffered a knee sprain. He's expected to be out about 3 to 4 weeks. And so we look at this game tonight, Mackenzie, up on FanDuel. The Patriots, 12.5-point favorites over the New York Jets. Why do I want to bet the Jets in this game?
Oh, because you're a sensible Vegas resident that's seen these hype stories come and go. And when you see a 10.5-point favorite play a game, they didn't play crazy against the Buccaneers. They won the game and they covered, but you look at the stats, it was a coin flip type game. And now they're 13.5-point favorites in some spot. There's no rationale. The Jets should be upgraded for last week for winning a game. Yeah, Justin Fields was bad, but he's always bad. We didn't learn that last week. The line value, I have the Patriots in Survivor. I'll be happy if they win, but I don't see an argument that the line value isn't on the Jets here.
Okay. If you have a Thursday game between divisional opponents, Mackenzie, where the favorite is higher than 10, so we have a 10.5-point favorite or greater.
These teams know each other.
All right. 14-0 straight up.
Okay.
So there you go for Survivor.
Yep. Nice.
9-5 against the spread.
A little better than I would think. All right.
Yeah.
So
11-3. 11.
It doesn't take a lot to keep me off the Jets in any game, but does that keep you off the Jets here?
I don't think so. It's 11-3 to the under, by the way.
Okay.
So maybe that's an interesting way to look.
Yeah.
Total in this game right now, 43.5.
Because what don't we like about the Jets? It's Justin Fields throwing for 1 yard to throw.
Mm-hmm.
If the Patriots are overvalued, you'd have to think it's because the Jets defense will at least stymie them to keep them under 27 or so.
So here's another interesting one. Let's go. We have to shorten this by season. So let's go from the start of the 2021 season, okay? A divisional game that has a total below 45, but a line higher than 10. So a big favorite, low total, right?
All games, not just Thursday.
Not all divisional games since 2021.
All right.
Right? 22-4 straight up for the favorite, 12-14 against the spread.
What's the over-under?
16-10 to the over.
Crossed purposes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. How about we just take out the division games out of it and just all games with a line of, higher than 10 and a total, let's go under 44. We'll kind of narrow the field here.
I think it's going to be counterintuitive. I think the favorite actually does better than expected in this spot.
23-18 ATS. Yep. Yeah, the favorite actually does well.
Because you think, there's just not enough points to go around. 27-10 gets you there.
And it's usually because the one team is not scoring.
Yeah.
And in that case, it would be the Jets here.
What's the Jets?
Do we like a Jets team total going under?
14.5. I love that number. You get 2 touchdowns and you're happy and you don't even worry about it. 14-27, that happens.
Yeah. Jets team total under 14.5.
I like that as
a play?
I like that as a base builder. Yeah.
Let's put that as leg number 1 of the same game parlay. New York Jets team total under 14.5. Okay. Leg number 2 of the same game parlay. What do we think here? How about Justin Fields we got to go. I want to go under like Justin Fields stuff because, like, what if he's not even the quarterback?
Yeah.
Which,
That's
by
a
the
good
way,
call.
he's not even listed.
I was looking.
sportsbook
Yeah, I was
knows.
looking at him.
They know.
They have his.
They know.
They have his longest completion. I guess that's a way to get at it, but that's such a crapshoot.
No,
That doesn't really
it's
help
not
you.
even yet. They know he's not even up on FanDuel same game parlay tab.
Okay.
They know there's a possibility of him being pulled in this game. Let's go. How about Breece Hall? How about Breece Hall receiving yards?
They had one successful passing play last week. If you netted all their yards together, 0, and then 142-yard pass to Breece Hall. So you go back to what's working.
It's 15.5 his receiving yardage prop.
So that's like 2 catches.
And any Jets over is going to be anti-correlated with the Jets team total going under 14.5.
Yeah.
So this 2-leg same game parlay right now, Breece Hall over 15.5 plus 242.
Okay, all right.
So it's Breece Hall over 15.5 receiving yards and the Jets team total under 14.5 points. All right, it's a good start. Let's go for another leg here. What else do we think occurs in this game?
Drake May, MVP favorite. Seems like kind of a cruiser type game. I mean, do you really have to unleash it all against the Jets team to win? You're supposed to win by 2 touchdowns, 241.5. He's averaging, so they downed it a little bit. He's averaging 255 on the season.
Mm-hmm.
I would lean under there.
Under 241.5. He does not have to throw that many passes in this game.
Right.
All right, 3-leg same game parlay is plus 471.
I need it juicier. How can we get this juicier?
We can throw in I was going to say Drake May over rushing yards.
I'm not sure if I feel like the whole Jackson Dart concussion thing. I feel like everyone's
good point. Okay, good point. So maybe all right. Well, then why not
under?
Alternates?
Okay, go
ahead. I was gonna say why not just lay the points with the Patriots? Actually,
9-5 in this spot, right?
No, Mackenzie, this is it.
What?
This is how we get the super anti-correlated same game parlay.
Yeah, because
this is how we do it.
Patriots spread is going to be very correlated to the Jets team total under.
No, that's why we go Jets spread.
27-14. Can we get 13.5 on the same game parlay?
I'm taking out the player props here for a second. 2-leg base same game parlay.
Yeah, I'm interested.
Jets team total under 14.5.
But they cover.
And Jets plus 12.5. Just those 2 legs plus 479.
Yeah. Because it's very anti-correlated, but I see it happen.
Now we add in Drake May to go under his 241.5 passing yardage prop. That 3-leg same game parlay goes from plus 479 to plus 708. And then as our 4th leg, we add Breece Hall, Jets running back, to go over 15.5 receiving yards. And that brings us from plus 708 to plus 1514.
Now that's the juice that I like.
And there you have it. 4 legs, same game parlay. You can deconstruct it or reconstruct it any which way you'd like for Thursday Night Football between the New York Jets and the New England Patriots.
And if it's exactly 27-14, tweet me at Mac and Rivers. I won't read it, but you should tweet me at Mac and Rivers.
That's a whole story for a different day.
27-14. I got an instinct. I got a feeling. 27-14.
There you have it. The Trench Report is up right now, up on betterday.com, so you can check out that. Just click on the NFL tab. It'll be there for you, as well as the databases, as I mentioned, the NBA database, the NHL database, all available for you up on betterday.com. We will have the Football Friday episode coming up tomorrow, and I'm going to be also sending out a props list. See, last week's newsletter on Football Friday included a prop angle for every single game, but I said, let's isolate this and let's just send out a separate prop little newsletter, maybe on the weekend, maybe to get you ready for the NFL games on Sunday. So Chris Dell, the mad journalist, our fantasy football guru here at Better Day, his website is bettingpredators.com. We will get you his favorite fantasy plays and prop plays coming up, and we'll send out a prop sheet as well. Have some fun with that coming up here on the pod. For Mackenzie Rivers, I'm Scott Seidenberg. Here's hoping you make today and every day a better day.